Wah, 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 wah. Hello, everybody. We are here with Wooloop right now. I started working on this pack yesterday. It is the Urban Pack, and honestly, I actually don't really mind this pack. Because at first I was like, I'm not gonna like it. But it's not that bad. And there's also the food pack. That's gonna be next, but that's not a now issue. Don't want to call it an issue. That's not a now task. That's a later task. Okay. Ba-da-dum, da-da-dum, 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 da-da-dum. Da-da-dum, da-dum. Oh. Oh, is this graffiti tag? This level is named tag, right? Hold on. Or tagging? I believe it is. It's one of those two. It's tag or tagging. Fashion. You into that? You gay? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da da. Da da. Da. Da 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 da. But also, we are T-minus like one-ish week till moving towards college dorm thing. So yay! But that also means once I am fully moved in and stuff like that, I am most likely gonna swap over to non-commentary stuff. As again, I am moving in with like, we're sharing a bedroom. Whoa! As, like, am I going to be streaming in the bedroom? Most likely not. Probably not. Like, streams might be more focused towards cross-stitching and stuff like that. And I do that stuff more at the library, just because there's a bit more space and stuff like that. And And yeah. And again, I don't really want to just be in the room, because I'm also someone that's just uh, uh, like, not saying that I don't, can't coexist with someone else or don't want to, but it's just I feel like it would be very awkward. Because also, depending on when either of us go to sleep or stuff like that, it's yeah, I might not be able to do some of the streams, like gaming streams, just because I don't want to make too much noise. And what sort of noises would I make? Probably just laptop clacks and mouse clicking. If he's an early, he goes to sleep early, because when I try to do my streams, I try to do it between 5 and 9 p.m. And yeah, if he falls asleep earlier than that, then I'm I don't wanna be bothered. I don't wanna accidentally wake you or keep you awake. I'm sorry. So yeah. So I shall not be a bother. And do streams in the library. Because really all it is just sit at a table and set my stuff up, and then just stitch and be in my own little corner. Of course, if someone comes by and is like, hey, can I use the table because I need to study and all that, then I'll be like, oh yeah, sure, because I'm not using it for the purpose of studying. But at the same time, it's a reason why I tend to do between 5 to 9 is two reasons. One, library's not as busy slash packed, there's so many empty tables, but also because, I just don't wanna do too much schoolwork in the sense of, going past 5, because, I don't know, I wanna just build the boundary of, hey, there's you have all this time to do the stuff you need to do, but then after this, you need to not be focused on this. You need to do stuff that you enjoy too. Only times that I'll be yeah, no, screw that, is if I am severely behind on stuff, or there's an immediate due date, where it's yeah, this is exceeding past the time that I set for myself. Is this Icy was here? Okay. Oh, nice. So yeah, this is tagging in the sense of graffiti tagging. Okay. I was thinking it was shopping, like a shopping tag or something where I'm huh, interesting that this is in the urban pack. But I mean, there was mailman. But okay, this makes more sense. Da 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 da. But yeah, it's also the other thing too of why am I trying to fit streaming slash content stuff while I'm at college? Because I enjoy streaming and all that. That's one of my main hobbies. Just yeah, it's one of my main hobbies. I enjoy doing it. So wow. I'm not gonna apologize for that. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing that and having fun. Just enjoying the process. Just enjoy This streaming. Even if there are times where I am extremely procrastinating and I'm just like, I don't know what to do for stream. Boop 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 boop. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. When in reality, I'm like, I kind of already have everything in mind. We're just gonna stream it all. It's just I need to set some time aside for everything. Just not need to panic and be like, I don't have enough time for everything, because realistically, yes, I don't have time for everything, but at the same time, I should set as much time aside, just being like, okay, let's just tackle the tasks and do as much as we can for like certain days or stuff like that, and then just whoopity doop whoop doop, get it done. What we don't get done, we'll push off for another day, and just keep making progress and stuff. Even if it is just one level of like Muse Dash, one level of Wooloop, or whatever. But yeah, so yeah, like urban, postal service, and then traffic light, which is interesting. But yeah, Amsterdam time. Woo! But yeah, da 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 da. Da 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 da. The one thing that might not happen is like me using my VTuber model much unless I do game stuff. But if I do game stuff, then I'm like, it might be in the dorm. But even then, I'm like, I don't know. No. The only thing that, two things that I do know is wanting to meet two goals for this year. What are said two goals? One is get 3.4k achievements on Steam, and then the other is 400 cross-stitch pieces. Before, like, both of these before the year ends. Is that a lot? Yes. But, realistically, well, first of all, 3.4k I can easily do, like, especially if I just do Wooloop. Was, yeah, like, if I just grind through all the levels, I've already met the 3.4k goal. But, yeah. But if I don't do Wooloop, then it's like, well, that's really only, what, 2 to 3 games, maybe? Because some of the games that I have either, like, or even just one game. Because again, there's a few other games too, like, I guess Coloring Pixel, but also, Doll Imposter, and stuff like that. But aside from those, it's like, I can do a few other games, and some of them have, like, around 20, like, between the range of 20 to 50 achievements. So it's like, I could do some of those games too. Hehehe. But yeah, it's like, want to get that done. Want to try to do that. And one game that I'm like, I should reinstall and play again is Crime Scene Cleaner, because there was an update. There was an update. update was had. There's nightmare modes to the game. Or not modes, but nightmare mode that, or nightmare levels. Whatever it is. Makes everything spookier. At least that's what I read. Or just makes it harder, I don't know. Like, there's not the cleaning sense. So, wow. So, yeah, it just makes it a little bit harder. Mm. 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 Dun dun. Da 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 da. Dun dun. Da da dun dun dun. Bum bum bum. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Also, I've been working on Pokemon Emerald Rogue 2. Did what, like a run yesterday? And managed to register a few more Pokemon to like the league completion thing. As well as register a lot more shinies. Because again, one of the things that I'm like, I want to try to get done is either all the dexes, or at least one of the dexes, a full shiny dex. Here's the thing. I could go easiest to hardest. What would be the easiest? Pokemon, or the Kalos region, because there weren't as many Pokemon released in the Kalos region. But at the same time, I'm like, the way I do things is, I try to do the hardest stuff first, because that takes more energy. Requires more energy, more focus. And once the hard stuff is done, it's no longer a worry of like, I gotta do this still. Instead it's like, oh, I just have a few loose ends to finish. Just not stress about it. So yeah. So I just remembered one thing, and I'm like, I probably should hop on Cobblemon really quickly because I want to redeem plushies. Well, we'll do this. We'll finish this level, and then we'll hop on Cobblemon. Da, 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 da. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. How much more? Okay. Not that much. Ooh. Where's this? Oh. Yep, these are the individual windows. Okay. Ba-ba-dum, da-da-da-da. Okay. Don't know why I decided to do that, because that just filled me with a sense of dread of just like, there's so much still, but it's like, it's not actually a lot. It just feels like a lot because there's a lot of options. But in actuality, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's just this. Yay. dun, dun. Da, 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we're gonna hop on Cobblemon. Cause there's like it's only gonna be for one small thing where it's like redeeming plushies. Probably catch a few Tinkatinks. Cause they're the special kind. Maybe I'll see if I can, I don't know, shiny hunt it. Just with the amount of time I have left. Probably not a lot of time, but doesn't hurt, I guess. Da, da, da. So I've updated the random wheel that I was using. Cause I don't know, like, cause I rolled a few things on the random wheel and it's just like, right. The random wheel is nice and all that, but at the same time it's not so nice when it's like, hi, shiny hunt, shiny Venusaur in Pokemon Violet, and I'm just like, oh jeez. Right. I did every single entry on it. And so instead I'm just like, know what? I'll just have Pokemon Black 2 shiny hunting, Pokemon Violet shiny hunting, Pokemon Shield shiny hunting. That way it's just like individual and not, you know, extremely specific. Because if I can't even find an outbreak for one of them, or like they're just extremely hard to even do, or I just don't feel like dealing with it, I'm not forced to just focus on that one Pokemon. And instead I could do any of them for there. But, okay. But yeah, so these two I did the other day, and all of this I did today. Yes, I did quite a bit of it off stream. Listen. Listen. There's times that I'm like, I should do this on stream, and then I just don't. I just don't. Please. No. Okay. Modern. We're hopping on Cobblemon just to look at, you know, to get plushies. So, I don't wanna say anything or like put it on myself, but being like, maybe we'll check out a different Minecraft mod pack. Challenging adventure and quests. Those are the ones that I'm gonna look at mostly. There's also Minecraft maps that I could do. Da, da. Oh, no, not exclude. Okay. Game capture, Minecraft. I might go back to Wooloop. Maybe. Perhaps. Minecraft. And couple more Delta things done. Okay, back up. Reconfiguring. Okay, is it updating? Like, are things updating or downloading for me? Oh boy. Huh. Where am I? Oh, yeah. Downloading resource pack. Yeah, what is this? Dowsing machine. Okay, how do I use summer coins? Oh yeah, summer events also coming to a close too. It's whatever. Probably just need to leave this open and I will go back to World Loop because this is updating. Yeah, I'm probably just, yeah. Okay, let me actually press E and just have it like that. Yeah. And then go back. Or we could do 10. No. We'll finish up Wooloop. We'll finish up the Wooloop thing. Oh. Unless it's back to serverless. Let me. Come on. Please. Open sesame. Oh, no. Oh no. Well. Hmm. Urban pack. Whoop. Done. Womp. Wrong thing. It opens. We're at 2%. Okay. Well, whatever. Trying to think. Cause something else that I could do stream-wise. Like, I'm trying to just do it with cross-stitching is like the coloring pixel stuff. Treating them like cross-stitch patterns, but I'm like, I could also just play the game. Like, just color. But, I actually just treat it as cross-stitch patterns. Like, I'm not gonna color stuff in unless I am actively stitching it. Cause, why not? Cause yes. Cause yes. And the doggo is going wild. Crowd's going wild. Um, excuse me, sorry. Da, 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 da. Da, da. Da, 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 da. Hmm. It's also the other thing too, of like, with me saying 3.4k achievements on Steam, that's what I want to aim for. One thing that I'm like thinking too is like, if I do try to do that, I might focus on games that I have a good amount of achievements in already. And that's like stuff like Hades, Bendy and the Dark Revival, stuff like that, where I've already done a playthrough or a significant amount of stuff in the game, but there's still stuff that I need to do for like cleanup purposes. So yeah. Even Hellsign, because aside from 2 achievements, all the rest of them are just beating the bosses. Like the different bosses that I haven't encountered yet. Like Lamia, Banshee, stuff like that. So yeah. I have all of those to do. Woo. Of course, there are also other games too of like, Anonymous Hacker Simulator, where those games do not have a guide for their achievements. And so it's like, I don't know how to get most of these, because I don't know where they even pop up at in the story, or when they're supposed to pop up at. Or like, I have an inkling for like how 2 of the achievements work. I just don't know how to actually execute the plan. Cause I'm hitting dead ends, cause one of them was like try to figure out how to get this person's car like taken away, and I'm just like, well, I think I'm at the point in the story because this person keeps getting brought up and all that, but I can't figure out how to get the information about his car. Like, help. Hello? What am I supposed to do? Eh. Mm. But yeah, um, there's just, there's stuff that I can just easily get done or do. And heck, there's also Viscera cleanup detail and the DLCs. Like, I can do both the Christmas DLC and the Shadow Warrior DLC pretty quickly. Shadow Warrior might be the easier DLC to do because the other one probably requires at least 2 playthroughs. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, though here's the thing too that sucks is technically I have the achievements, but due to the DLC also being their own separate game slash having their own separate opening browser thing, it's like on the main Viscera game, I have most of the achievements. But when it comes to the actual like DLCs that's in the library, it's like, yeah, no, you don't have any of them. And it's like, that's fun. Thanks, game. Thanks. Greatly appreciate that. Hashtag sarcasm. What the heck just happened there? Hmm. But yeah, wanting to get achievements and games done. Da, 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 da. But this is also not saying like I am gonna do it, but it's like possibility of maybe Genshin stuff. Genshin, HSR, ZZZ, Wuthering Waves, just because they have their own achievements and stuff like that, and also like very far behind. Well, mostly far behind in Genshin and HSR, and I can catch up relatively quickly now in Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone. Like, I am, I don't know, like a couple of hours from being where I need to be story-wise in Wuthering Waves. Same with Zenless, where, yeah, I should be good. But I do want to try to, like, out of all those games, which one would I want to get caught up in? Particular, Genshin. Why Genshin? Because Lantern Man. Like, I just wanna, you know, get caught up and get all the Primo Gems that I can, so that I can start polling for that man when he releases. I think his name is Flynn's. So yeah, wanna pull for him. Hehe. Him and his weapon, maybe. And if I get his weapon, I will celebrate for two reasons. One, because I get him and his weapon, but two, being like, this is the first signature weapon I have for any character. Like, yeah, I don't have a signature weapon for anyone in HSR, not HSR, in Genshin. Yippee. I have tried pulling for Furina's, just never got lucky. And like the few times that I did pull for Farina, it's like I only had like a day or so left on the banner, and I had no Primo Gems. So yeah. And I just didn't have the motivation to do a giant grind. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna lose out. I'm just gonna miss out on this. Sad to say. I'm gonna just miss out. Oh wait, I don't have to... I can just have it open. I don't have to be in the server. Right. Yeah, I was about to say, like, this is gonna become an issue, because it's just gonna keep timing me out. Duh. I don't need to be in the server, I just need to have the application open. The doy. But, yeah. And also for some other achievement stuff, some of the games that I do have, they're just, like, some of the stuff, it's just a giant grind. Like web fishing, for example. Like, getting all the regular, opulent, radiant, shining, uh, just all those different, like, getting every single version registered, as well as getting to camp level 20 and then 25. So it's like, yeah, it's just, it's all a big grind. But I enjoy it. Probably because it's the shiny hunter and creature collector part of me that's just like, collect. Yes. We are collecting. Dun, 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 dun. Da, da, da. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Da, 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 da. But yeah, those are the only two goals that I really have set for the rest of this year. Because I don't want to do anything too unrealistic. Because I'm like, if I really wanted to be extremely overambitious, I'd be like, okay, 500 cross stitches, 4K achievements on Steam, a box full of shinies in Pokemon Black 2, full shiny decks in Pokemon Emerald Rogue, and a lot of other stuff that's just like, where's the time? Where's the time for all this? How are you gonna do all this? Like, excuse me? And all on stream too? The heck? How are you gonna do this, Silver? Hmm? Where I'm just gonna be like, I don't actually know. Hi, Damage, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I am someone that's very overambitious, and I tire myself out with said overambition. Da 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 da. And heck, right now all I'm really wanting to do, slash, like, mm, like, Pokemon-wise, I honestly actually want to reinstall Pokemon Legends Arceus. So that I can get a full, like, fully perfect the Pokedex and start shiny hunting in it and get, like, alphas. Like, get all the shiny alphas. Though, speaking of which, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I am gonna save, and then I'm gonna uninstall Shining Pearl and reinstall Legends Arceus. Because the other thing too is, like, I want to do Let's Go Eevee as well. Archive. Okay. I have it downloading now. 53 minutes remaining. Okay, I'm putting you in the dock. So we are reinstalling Pokemon Legends Arceus. I'm not saying slash planning to actually do that tonight. But it will be an option from now on. Or not now on, but like it'll be something that we can do. Like I really do want to try to get as many alpha Pokemon in that game. But also I'm like I kind of like the idea of perfecting it too, because I am very much 100% person. I'm just like, I just need the energy and figure out when I want to actually do it. More energy. More energy. Da 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 da. And the other thing too that I'm like, I also just need to recognize too is like the fact that I'm not that old. Like, I am 22. Yeah, I always act as if I don't ever have enough time, or like everything that I'm doing is like, haha, this will be the last thing I do, 'cause I don't know what's gonna happen, and it's just like, hi, why do we keep thinking this, that we just don't have enough time for any of this? Like, what? Like, excuse me, the heck? Like, we have more than enough time for this. I just need to get out of my dumb head. Can get all shiny sub-year. Yeah! I mean, but here's the thing. It's not just the shinies that I would focus on. It's like, I would want to get all the shinies, then all the shiny alphas, and then also perfect the Pokedex. Which means having yellow star on every Pokemon. Ehehehe. Because also perfecting the Pokedex or like, at least getting level 10 on everything means we can get the shiny charm, or it's just catch every Pokemon. One of the two. But, yeah. Yeah, haha. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna quickly Google how to get the shiny charm in Legends Arceus. What's an alpha? Pretty much a Pokemon that is way bigger. How to get shiny charm in Legends Arceus. Reach research level 10. Okay. It is research level 10 on everything. Okay. Is there a Sigma? No. It's just Alpha. There's no other ones. Like, no Alpha, no Beta, no Omega, no Sigma, none of that. Sorry. Refresh. We're not even gonna try Cobblemon tonight. I'm just gonna miss out on the plushies. Like, I generally don't actually care for them. Like, it'd be nice to have them, but at the same time, I'm just like, it's whatever. Okay, Willoop's crashing. Ah. Okay. Let's reopen Willoop. Thanks. Ah, none of it saved. Yay. It's whatever. We didn't have much anyway. Plus, this isn't a, like, again, we didn't have much progress on it. And this isn't a big one, so I'm not too hurt by that. Like, just devastated. But if it was a bigger one, and I made so much progress on it, and it crashed, and then was like, hi, all your progress is gone, I would have actually been devastated and been like, all that work for it to just erase, for it to just disappear. No. No. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-ba-dum. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. But yeah, how's your day going, Damage? Hope it's going well. Hope you're doing well. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Please don't tell me that. Okay. No. Like, please don't tell me it's doing the thing that I think it's doing, but it's not doing the thing that I thought it was doing. Woo! Da 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 da. Ba da ba dum. Ba da ba dum. Da 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 da. Yeah. Well, at least get this pack done. I don't really know what I'm gonna do next. Maybe I'll do attempt Luma hunting. Like more of that tonight. Then afterward, if we get Luma side pat, I don't know, we'll probably end for the day. Or we'll do something else. I honestly don't know. Nor can I, like, confirm that we're gonna do anything else. Play LOL. No. No, thank you. I mostly just play with other people. And it's also a thing of, like, I personally don't really like streaming it. One of the main reasons why is, like, I get people, like, I get new viewers and all that, but most of them just come by and ask to play as well, where I'm like, I don't know you. So no. Or like, or I encounter the people that are more demanding being like, let me in. And just won't take no for an answer. Where I'm like, I'm sorry, but no. Please, leave me be. And stream you can get views. Eh. It's... I personally wouldn't say it's like a good thing, because again, it's more of, like, the only people that pop by when I've tried streaming it is just people that just want to join in the game, but they don't, like, leave a follow or any of that. They just, like, come by, and if you tell them no, they just immediately leave and probably go on to a different streamer and try to bug them to let them in and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's not even a thing of, like, actually getting views, it's just, ah, so you're only here because I'm doing this and you want to join in. But if I tell you no, you're just gonna leave. So it's more of like, what do I feel like doing? Letting a complete stranger that I have no clue about come in, or just keep going on my own and they just leave. So yeah. Stream that game, it's oversaturated. Yep, very much. It's like, unless you're a top player, you're not really gonna get many views. Because again, like, the people that you will mostly get are just people that probably just go to smaller streamers just to try to join their games. Not saying that there are people, like, not saying all people are like that, but that's what you're mostly going to attract. So you'll be kind of same with Valorant. Like, honestly, that's how I view a lot of multiplayer games too. It's like, I personally feel like some people just join some people's streams just to hope that they can get in to play and just not actually care about the person. Or it's like an ulterior motive of like they want to play with a streamer so that they're also on stream. Like I've seen and heard different things of that too, where flat out some like just there are some people that and like it's also a reason why, well, it's like not the main reason, but it's like partially why I'm apprehensive about collabing and stuff like that is quite a few people will only see the collaboration as just something to benefit from, where it's like, yes, you benefit from it, but say you think that you two are close friends, and then out of nowhere it's like, yeah, if we're not collabing anymore, I'm not talking to you. Or like, you have no purpose, or stuff like that. Or like, what I've seen quite a bit too is, someone collabs with someone, and the other person, like, either has a bigger following or starts amassing a bigger following, so the other person becomes jealous and spiteful and trying to pray for the person that they were supposedly friends with downfall. And it's just like, ew, that's gross. Like, you're you're supposed to be friends. Friends support each other, even if one friend is getting bigger than the other. Like, I understand that the feeling can be frustrating where it's like you're watching someone else get bigger that you were close to. You were slash are close to, but it's like you shouldn't want to pray for their downfall. Because the moment you start feeling negative emotions like that, it's not gonna help you succeed. But I'm also gonna say, like, if you do feel jealous and all that, feel jealous, but then use that jealousy and how you're feeling as motivation to just try to do better. See them as, like, a fun rival, just being like, oh, you managed to hit this goal? Well, I'm gonna try to hit that goal, and then some. And use that as, like, something to, like, fuel your fire. Just being like, hi, I see that you reached this goal, I see that you've reached that goal, you're giving me motivation to try to push myself to be a better person, or like to be a better streamer, slash to get bigger, and stuff like that. Like, absolutely do that. Just don't get mad when someone you're close with starts getting bigger, because here's the other thing. Like, look at it like this. You're always in a growth spurt, but not everyone's growth spurt happens at the same time. Like, you ever see the, like, short kid? Like, you know, whenever, like, last year of middle school, you and your friend who is way shorter than you, like, leave each other for the summer, and then when you come back for the summer, that person just suddenly grew into a beanstalk, and you're like, who are you? Where did the short, like, where did the, like, my short friend go? Why are they suddenly large? It's like, that's also just how a Twitch stream, like, how Twitch and social media and stuff like that is. It's like, you can never predict when you're gonna have that sudden growth spurt. It's like, it's bound to happen if you put time and energy into it. Just don't think it's gonna happen right away. Also, hi, Huntress. Because, like, here's the thing. If you're expecting immediate results, you're just participating in an MLA scam, or, like, a get-rich-quick scam. Like, it's gonna work for, like, a day, or maybe a few days, but then after that, it's fizzling out and dying because what is there? Like, quite literally, it's like, what else is there? Like, you try growing it way too quick, and it didn't feel natural and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. Just don't worry too much about numbers. If you enjoy League of Legends, play it. Just, yeah. And don't compare yourself to others too often. Like, if you want to compare yourself to others, do it in the sense of, like, seeing their style of stuff, seeing whether it's successful and all that, and then just try to emulate it. Don't replicate it, because here's the thing. It worked for someone else, but it's like, that mostly worked for them, because that's their style of stuff now. If you try to, like, emulate slash replicate it, some people might see it as, oh, you're a copycat. Like, yeah. Like, oh, you're doing these different builds, but this person already did it, and so you're kind of just making content of something that has already been made content of, kind of thing. So yeah, it's just like, focus on who you are as an individual. If you want to do something that's niche, figure out a way to make what you enjoy your own personal style. Like, like, for example, Call of Duty. We know how oversaturated that is. But you could make it something that's more niche by being like, okay, what do I enjoy doing the most? Do I enjoy the multiplayer? No, not really. Do I enjoy the zombies mode? Yes! So, what can you do with that? Well, if you're playing, I think it's Call of Duty 3? There's the Steam Workshop. There's fan-made maps and stuff like that. You know what you can do with that? You can start playing the workshop items and make content of that. Because here's the thing. I'm not going to say I'm pretty sure, but it's like, I'm pretty sure that there's not many videos, if any, for a lot of, like, the different workshop maps. Or, like, like Minecraft streamer, for example, too. Minecraft's oversaturated. What's the most niche thing that you can do? You can go onto, like, a site like like Minecraft Maps, and start doing reviews of each of the different Minecraft maps that people have made. Because there's adventure maps, puzzle maps, horror maps, survival maps, stuff like that, that you can do that sort of stuff for. Or you could do mod packs, being like, okay, I haven't seen anyone do this mod pack. Or if you have seen someone do this mod pack, you can add a small little spin to it. And just be like, okay, so we're doing this mod pack, but we're not gonna do X, Y, and Z, or we're gonna do it in this specific way. Like, Minecraft Skyblock, but every single item that I use, I can't reuse it. Or Minecraft Skyblock, but underground, or whatever other stuff that comes to mind. But yeah, it's just like, there's always a way to make something popular be niche. I mean, heck, League of Legends. There is something that you can do to make yourself stand out as well. It requires a lot of time and effort and stuff like that, where it's also, like, the other thing too is, like, if you really want to stand out, easiest way is, like, TikTok, making shorts, or making more of the long-form videos as well, or, like, doing YouTube stuff too, just making sure you're plastering your stuff everywhere and being the biggest annoyance to everyone, because that's really what what content creation is, too. It's just being so annoying that the algorithm recommends you, and your videos and stuff just ends up being put on a lot of people's For You page, and they have to click it because they're like, I've seen this person's stuff so many times, what do they even do? But, sorry about getting sidetracked, but something that you could do with League of Legends that could make it a bit niche, select a character and just main them. Because here's the thing. There could be a lot of people that main, like, a character, but also play a lot of other characters. But if you just solely play one character, that could make you stand out. But here's the other thing, too, is if you really want to make it niche, pick a character that does not have a high pick rate. Or even a high win rate. Because, let's be honest, being a Master Yi, Yone, Morgana, Lux, Ezreal, like, just only playing them might not get you as many views as you want. But, let's say Ivern. Weird character, I know. But it's the first one that came to mind. But Ivern main. Or trying to think of who else is niche, because I'm like, Alawi, no. Not Jax, not NASA, like, I'm really trying to think. Not Ari. Could do Corki. Could do Kled. Probably, maybe Vigar. Nautilus. Stuff like that. Like, just select one character, become the master of them, and then, yeah, just run with that. Or do something similar to, like, Keo. Keo's a Valorant streamer. Something that he's doing is playing a character till he hits a certain rank. He tries to go for the highest rank, where once he does that, he unlocks that character on his main account, and the reason why he does that is he wants to essentially just do it based off of this. He unlocks the character once he masters them. He doesn't want to put it on his main account if he doesn't know how to play them. So he tries to go towards Ascendant, Ascendant or Radiant, whatever the higher rank is, with that character. Once he reaches that rank, it's unlocked on the main account, and it's just a fun little journey because it's like him trying to learn how to play the character, best ways to use the kit and stuff like that, and you could try to do that for League as well. Like, unlock one character at a time, and reach a certain rank with them. Once you reach that rank, you could, like, and this kind of, I don't want to, like, say, like, to absolutely do it, but, like, the way Kyo is also doing it is he is making an alt account. So he has his main account, and then the alt, and it's pretty much just like, yeah, he's trying to get the alt account to Radiant so that he can unlock it on his main. But, again, you could do something similar with League. Pick one character, go till a certain rank with said character, then they're unlocked on your main account, and you just know how to play them. You know how to play them most efficiently, and yeah. And again, would give, like, a nice, like, content boost, or not content boost, but, like, be something consistent and possibly make a few people, like, question, like, how far you're getting in it, how far out you're from completing it, what characters you have done, and all that jazz. But, yeah. Again, it's just very much like, if you think a game is oversaturated, just look at it, and then question what has not been done. Because that's really what content creation is about too. Like, just because something has been done, like, for years, doesn't mean the well is dry. You just need to get creative, and also figure out, what are you willing to deal with? Too. Because there are some challenges that seem inhumanly impossible, or just like, this is literally going to take years to do. And so it also becomes a question of, like, what are you willing to deal with? Because if you're willing to take the time and energy to do it for years, then by all means do it. But that's also not to say, though, that it will be an immediate hit or get you a lot of views and stuff like that. Just more of a thing of, like, so long as it's new and original, it has the possibility of getting a lot of views and stuff like that, because no one else has done it. And people would be curious as to how someone did it. So, yeah. And, like, the other thing that I'm thinking too is, like, with League of Legends 2, that can also be said for, again, Valorant, Dead by Daylight, Apex, stuff like that, where it's like, most of the people that are being watched are just people that are amazing and extremely skilled. And so it's like, if you just want to play the game to play the game and stream it like that, you just need to be extremely good and have the best game sense and know how to play the characters. But the other thing that goes into that too is also having a great personality. Or it's one of these two things. Or more of a combination of the two. Needing a great personality, or being entertaining. And the second one, being entertaining, that one is more of a I'm more hesitant to say that because that, the way that I'm meaning this is more of like rage content. Like, being extremely loud, screaming, being like, why did this not hit him? I should have killed him, da 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 da. Like, that kind of entertaining. Because that will also get a bit of views, because people will come in and be like, are you serious? And then a lot of the people that you'll get are trolls, and they'll try to troll you and try to get more of a reaction out of you. And if you give them the reaction, you're going to get more views, but is it worth the amount of mental anguish that it could possibly bring if you are actually getting ticked off and pissed at the viewers poking fun at you and being just, yeah. But again, it doesn't have to be that kind of entertainment though, but that's just the first thing that came into my mind when I also think of like, if I were, or not if I were, but if someone were to click on a stream, what would be the most likely situations that they would watch? And it's either watching someone that is extremely good and trying to understand what they're doing to try to get better themselves, or to just watch someone rage at something and just laugh at them when they're clearly suffering. Like, those are the two most, like, two sides that I can see getting a lot of views and clicks and stuff like that. Because again, think of it like this. Like, there's two kinds. Actually, let me speak on this too. Like Pokemon, yeah? There's shiny Pokemon. But one of the reasons why some Pokemon content creators are big might be because of their reactions to the shinies, where a few of them are understandable. Like, they're extremely rare, or they've been hunting for like hours upon hours, even days or weeks, or even a month for one thing. And so some of their reactions are understandable. But most reactions are extremely over the top of just like, does this really require us screaming and jumping around as if like you just found gold? Or like, the best way that I can describe it is like some of those videos where it shows a monkey jumping around and screaming incessantly, of just like, the best way I can say it is acting the fool. The person that's giving the shiny reaction is acting the fool. Just like, this is way too much emotion for this. But it gets views. Because they're being so loud, they're being so energetic, and all these things that makes it kind of infectious, of just like, you're wanting to watch and listen more to the excited screams and stuff like that. Where it's like, okay, yeah. And towards, like, with Pokemon Shiny Hunting 2, the audience for that might be more towards, like, preteens and stuff like that, or kids that are very big into Pokemon. So, for them, that's, like, peak content too, watching just people screaming, where it's like, okay, yeah, kind of can see. Still obnoxious, but understandable. And, like, I'm not gonna say which streamers slash content creators do this a lot, because I'm like, I don't really watch their content anymore. And also, I'm just like, I don't really know what they're up to anyhow, and I don't really, again, I just don't want to say their name, because, I don't know. Nothing against them, I just kind of find it weird to just scream when you get a shiny Pokemon. And, like, what I mean by scream, I flat out mean, like, as if they're being stabbed. Like, that's how loud, like, the scream is, and how they're reacting. Because, again, they're jumping around, they're screaming their heads off, and it's something as simple as, like, a shiny Wurmple. Which, again, it's just like, does, is this, is this really worth the amount of energy and possible loss of voice for for this? And, like, I have my own reaction when it comes to shiny stuff too, but mine is more of like a gasp and then I laugh. Because it's like, that's my genuine reaction. I just gasp because it's like, oh, it's finally here. But it's also like, it pulls me back into reality of like, okay, let's not screw this up and kill it. Please, let's not do that. Like, I think the loudest I ever got with a shiny is whenever I got the back-to-back Starly and Pokemon Shining Pearl. And it's just like, oh, what? Like, huh? How did this happen to me? Yeah. Aside from that, you'll never catch me screaming when I find a shiny. The only time I ever will is, say, like, I find a shiny Manaphy. Or just something that is extremely rare that most people probably don't have. Like, I don't know, probably if I get a shiny Chansey in the Safari Zone, too. Like, actually catching that. I'd probably get more loud the moment the Pokeball clicks and it's like, you actually got it. But aside from that, just, yeah, not really, I don't know. I mean, that's also why I feel like a lot of other streamers, like big streamers, are big. Because they're loud. Like, that's pretty much it. They're loud, they scream, and stuff like that. I mean, heck, I don't know, maybe if I was still in psych, like if I was still a psych major, I flat out might just make my dissertation or something being like the pop like what makes a streamer popular, and just view the biggest streamers, take notes of like their behaviors, what people react to most, what people don't really react to, what sort of dramas the person has been in, memorable moments, and stuff like that. Because all that also affects, like, person's success, how many views they get, and all that. Because something else that is very big, which you should never aim for, but is controversy. Why do you think James Charles still has a platform? Because he keeps doing crap. He keeps doing crap and keeps his name in everybody's mouth by doing more stuff that he shouldn't be doing. But you know what's happening? He keeps getting brought up and there's videos that always talk about him, and that's just giving him more attention and stuff like that, which in turn is making him more popular and gets him more clicks. That goes for any popular person too, which is like what you should be careful about. Problematic people will try their best to remain relevant. So discussing about them or dragging them online or any of that is just playing into their hand because you're making it aware. You're bringing it up to other people's attention, and people are then just like, oh, that's still happening? Or like, what's happening? They click on that other person's site, like, they click on that person's socials, read their side, which in turn gets them more views and stuff like that. So, woo! And like, if you need, like, uh, another example, look at Hogwarts Legacy. Why do you think it got so many, like, downloads and stuff like that? It's because they essentially got free marketing. Because there were so many people that were, like, extremely against the game. But they kept saying the name and bringing it up, saying how bad it was and stuff like that, where it piqued so many different people's interests. Where what would have been, or could have been, like, just a mediocre game, or a game that would have just fallen into obscurity if you weren't a die-hard fan of Harry Potter, became something that a lot of people were interested in because the LGBT community was like, do not play this, or else you are transphobic, homophobic, all the different phobics. Which, again, marvelous marketing to get people interested in the game to see what the whole issue was and all that. But probably not what they were trying to do. Which again, if you find something problematic, the best thing to honestly do, like, well, maybe not the best thing to do, but it's like, for example, if it's someone that's bugging you or any of that, two options. Take it up to someone that's higher up, let them help deal with it, or simply ignore it. Because again, problematic people and stuff feed off of attention and stuff like that. You keep giving them attention, they're not stopping. You want them to stop? Just don't acknowledge them. Because here's the other thing too, is like, if they try to do more drastic stuff to get your attention, they're just digging their own hole. Flat out. Because then they'll start most likely becoming more unhinged, which will draw the attention of others, and then they're gonna see, oh, that person is problem. Huh. We need to deal with this person soon. Maybe, probably. And then just, yeah. Woo. But, yeah. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Anyhow, honestly don't know where to bring this tangent to next, nor do I really know how we even came to this, but it's whatever. I'm just someone that's like, I know quite a bit, maybe a bit too much of stuff that's happened. And that's happening in the online world. Like, I don't know. Tis weird. I Here's the other thing too, is like, I don't know if it's sad or anything, but because I also was watching this whenever I was doing online, like, when I was doing technical college, but also, I don't remember what else I was doing at the time. I just remember I was partially in technical college, but, the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial, I'm gonna be on it, like, well, here's the thing. I've watched it with other people watching. Why? Because some of those people were actual lawyers, and I wanted to know the more technical stuff that was happening, because it's like, you hear all the things that, like, Amber Heard's lawyers were saying, and Johnny Depp's lawyers were saying, and it's like, unless you know anything within law, some of the stuff they're saying might just fly over your head. So I was watching other lawyers react to the stuff and all that, and it's just like, huh, okay. So yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I've watched this one person quite a few times and rewatched their stuff over and over again because part of me is just very curious and wanting to just retain all the information that's happened. And the person that I'm referring to is someone that's like a live streamer on YouTube, I believe. Their name is Amy D. Baker. And reason why I like watched a lot of her stuff is because she also went over the sidebar things. So for anyone that also has watched the trial, you would have noticed that both lawyers went up to the judge and were discussing something with them, and she went over the sidebar stuff and pretty much went over everything that we didn't hear, and that brought in a whole new perspective because then showed of like the troubles that both Amber Heard's lawyer were going through and Johnny Depp's lawyers were going through, and what they could bring, what they couldn't bring, what they could talk about, what they couldn't talk about, as well as just a lot of different interesting things where it's like, huh, you really got to understand some of their troubles. And one of the troubles that they were actually going through was one of Amber Heard's lawyers. Uh, that being Elaine, where they had to do quite a few sidebars because she kept asking leading questions and stuff that during the first 2 to 3 sidebars, they were like, you cannot ask this, you cannot do this, you can't do that. But she kept doing all of that. She kept asking the same question, being like, so isn't it true? So, by all means, did you? Stuff like that, where it's like, that's a leading question. That has been answered. This has nothing to do with the current trial. Why are you asking this? You're argumentative, X, Y, and Z, and it's just like, huh, yeah, well then, alright. Where again, like, if you didn't have the lawyer perspective or like lawyer commentary and stuff like that, you wouldn't really understand anything that was actually going on. You would just sit there and see like, oh, this probably isn't good. Or like, huh, I wonder what this means. Like, yeah. Mm -hmm. But yeah, I don't know. Brain's just a bit. Because listen, there's been quite a few thoughts that's ran through my head, especially with like trying to figure out stuff that I want to do in life. And like when I was trying to think of what degree to even go for, because one of the things that it was like, huh, maybe I could do is be a paralegal. But then it's a case of like, but would I even be able to focus and study and all that sort of stuff? Because it's like being a paralegal, And a lawyer and stuff like that means, like, having to have integrity and all of the knowledge and stuff like that, and yada yada yada. And it's like, honestly, I would much rather be in hospitality because, like, one of the things that I'm like, would definitely have a hard time doing is, like, say for example, I'm a lawyer and I get hired to be a defense attorney or a defense lawyer, and the person that I am defending is in fact 100% guilty. I would have a hard time trying to be like, okay, I need to defend this person even though I don't want to. Like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work for me. Like, I'm sorry, but no. So, I give all the biggest props to anyone that has to deal with that, even if they wish they did not have to defend certain people that are 100% guilty, but like, they just gotta, because it's part of their job and stuff like that. But I'm like, I give them the biggest props. Unless they end up being crappy lawyers in personality and ethics. Because there was one lawyer situation where, they were defending a school shooter, and one of the lawyers flipped the bird off at the camera, trying to impress the person that was being put on trial. And yeah, that lawyer got dismissed, but that whole defense team was a giant mess. Because they essentially were like, hey, like, we don't agree with anything that's happening, we feel threatened and stuff like this, and yada yada yada, and it's like, well, the reason why you're feeling like this and why this is happening is because, A, one of your lawyers, uh, quite literally, is mocking the whole trial by trying to impress the culprit, and trying to be a little hybristophiliac. But as well as like trying to dismiss the parents, like the victim's parents, like trying to dismiss their feelings and act as if they're the victims, eh, like not saying make the parents feel like that they're the victim, because they were, because some of them lost their child, but like they were trying to make like the whole legal team out to be the victim of whatever was happening, and it's like, what? Huh? Like, sorry that your unprofessionalism is getting, like, making you all uncomfortable and resulting in people actually calling you out and being like, you all suck. Like, sorry that you feel like you're being attacked, but you did it to yourself. Like, the call is coming within the house. Like, what were you expecting? Like, you thought that the parents would be okay with everything that we were saying? Or wouldn't, like, try to challenge your words? Or, like, stuff like that? Because one of the things that I think they were heavily against was letting anyone read their, like, victim statements. Or, like, the witness impact statements. Like, they were very against that and didn't want anyone to read it. And it's just like, Jesus Christ, like, these people lost someone, but you're refusing to let anyone speak or say how they've been affected because your egos got hurt? Like, that was literally what was happening. They got their ego hurt, so they didn't want the grieving to share how they're grieving and how they're going about life. after they've lost someone that is very dear to them. Like, really. Like, you want to do that? Like, this is the hill that we're dying upon? Really? Which is why I also am just like, I wouldn't wish to be a lawyer because I just wouldn't want to deal with people's ego. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, either you're guilty or you're not, and if you're gonna, like, only act upon something that's gonna hurt your feelings, maybe, if it's a lawyer that's going through that, maybe you shouldn't be a lawyer. Or if it's someone that's, like, clearly guilty, it's like, well, maybe you just shouldn't have done what you did. Like, I know that's, like, easier said than done, or, like, probably not something that should be said, but it's like, honestly, it's like, really, if it's like, if you don't want to be arrested, don't commit a crime. Point blank, period. You only live once. Don't make your life revolve around a jail cell. Like, genuinely. Don't make it revolve around a jail cell. Because once you're in there, it's going to be very hard to get out of. And if you've committed a serious crime, you're just stuck there. And it's like, I hope you did everything you wanted to do in life, because you're most likely not getting out. Sorry, not sorry, but, like, this is why you, like, it said, think before you speak, think before you act. Because once you start acting, you can't take back what you did. There is no magic hourglass that you can reverse to undo what you did. What you do is what you do. If you regret doing it later, oh well. Too bad. You already did what you did. So, all in all, do stuff that you're not going to regret. Or if you are going to regret it, at least make it something to learn from and be like, okay, never doing this again. Caveat, that only goes for if it's something that's not illegal. Not illegal activities. Like, if it's an illegal activity, what I say is does not apply to it. No. It's more on the line of, like, you try to eat a whole chocolate cake, and you realize eating a whole chocolate cake makes you sick. Use that as a learning moment. Do not eat a whole chocolate cake. Stuff like that. Or, like, you see that you have a roach. So you decide to take it into your own hands with a lighter and hairspray. But then you trip the fire alarm, cause the sprinklers, and burn a wall a little bit. You learn that what you did was probably an effective method because the roach is dead. But at the same time, it's probably not the optimal thing because you ruined the wall, tripped the fire alarm, and now have soaked the apartment as well. So it's like, well, one thing that we can learn, do not do this next time. This time, I learned. I made the mistake. Oopsie doopsie. But learn, reflect, and then progress. Because again, you only have one life, you make mistakes, you learn from them, and yeah. But here's the other thing too. If you keep making the same mistake over and over again, either you just need to learn to stop making that mistake and actually listen to whatever anyone or something is saying, or you just keep making that mistake and you just have to keep suffering. I'm sorry, but it's like, there's not anything else that can be said. If you keep making the same mistake over and over again and you keep questioning why this keeps happening, flat out, just look at what you're doing, and then question if you're okay. Because if you really can't figure out why it keeps failing and all that, but it's glaringly obvious, you need to pull yourself out of Delulu Land. Like, that's the only thing I can really say. Like, if it doesn't work the first time, just try again. If it doesn't work the second try, maybe try again. But if it doesn't work for the 50th time, maybe it's time to let it go. Because clearly, it's not working. Like, a mistake is only a mistake when you do it for the first time or the first few times, and you don't realize what you're doing is an actual mistake. But after a while, it becomes intentionally knowing that what you're doing is wrong, but you're just refusing to acknowledge that it's wrong because you're so convinced that you can actually make it right, when in actuality, you've never made it right at all, and it's just making things even worse. Or you just keep getting the same result. The first thing that came into my mind as I was saying that, and the thing that I thought, and I'm like, sorry, but not sorry, but it's like the flat Earth stuff, like the flat Earth theories, where it's like, ah, yes, a lot of people believe that the Earth is still flat, and they try to get evidence, but the only thing they're getting evidence for is a round Earth, and so it's like, or not but it's just like, huh. So you say the Earth is flat, but you keep getting, like, proof and information that the world is, in fact, not flat. But instead of acknowledging that proof, they just say, like, oh, well, this clearly is faulty and stuff like that. The Earth is still flat. Yada, yada, yada. We're not believing this evidence, even though we were the ones that collected it, and we got it. But it's clearly false, because this does not prove what I believe in, kind of thing. And it's just like, yeah, okay. And for those kinds of people that, not just the flat earthers, but the people that refuse to acknowledge that they're in the wrong, or the information they got disproves stuff that they believe in, but they still firmly believe in it, it's just like, you can't really talk them out of it. Like, the only people that can talk them out of it is themselves, and most of the time they're not going to talk themselves out of it because they think they're right. And again, like, honestly, that's okay, because at the end of the day, if they feel like they're right, they feel like they're right. If you feel like you're right, you feel like you're right. You can't change everybody's minds to being like, okay, this is the only right conclusion and stuff like that. Because it's like, yeah, factually, yes, it's right. But you can't make everybody believe it, no matter how hard you try. And with those people, it's like, you just need to learn when to let go and just, like, let them be. They want to be, like, completely sure of what they believe in, let them be completely sure in what they believe in. Because at the end of the day, it's not hurting anybody. The only time if it hurts anybody is if they're spreading that information and actually being malicious about it. That's when it's like, okay, yeah, no, this is becoming a problem. But if it's like, it's only with themselves and stuff like that, then it's like, whatever. Like, I don't need to, like, have the satisfaction of always being right towards someone that's not even gonna be in my life for more than like 5 to 10 minutes. Just eh. Eh. Because here's the other thing too, is like, everybody in the world has something to say. Not everything that people say is necessarily nice or right or what should be said, but everybody has something to say. Everybody has opinions. and they have a right to say what their opinions are. They just don't have a right to enforce their opinions on other people. It's the other person's choice to believe in said opinion, or to consider the opinion. But the moment someone tries to force their own views and stuff like that on you, then it's just like, well, you're making issues for me. Like, please stop. I don't, like, I personally don't care what you think, because this is not how I think, but I'm gonna give you the respect of being like, okay, I see your opinion, I see your point, but I personally don't believe it, don't believe it, don't believe in it, slash don't agree with it, but I'm not gonna say, like, stop thinking this. I'm just gonna be like, okay, I agree to disagree, therefore, let's just move on. We don't have to talk to each other ever again. And part of me is just like, I would honestly prefer that, because sometimes those kind of conversations can get very emotionally draining, because depending on the person too, it's like they might have a jackhammer approach where they just keep drilling it into you and trying to wear you out. And it's just like, yeah, I'd much rather just end on a cordial note. Just being like, agree to disagree. We still need to exist, like coexist and stuff like that, so I'd much rather have just a friendly little thing where we both recognize we have differing opinions, but we're not going to let that affect us, because, quite honestly, who the heck cares? Like, I don't know. Some people just care about stuff way too much. Like, and it's, like, more of the small stuff, like, just, yeah. It's just tiring at times, because it's like, why are we discussing this? Like, just, why? Like, I don't know. It is exhausting. So, it is 9:14. Okay. So I know I said that I might do Temtem after this, but maybe I'm actually just gonna head off after I finish this book, or this gallery. And maybe we'll do Temtem tomorrow. Maybe. That's, like, to be decided. But I am gonna finish this pack. Because I'm literally, like, what? 4 away after I finish this one. And all the rest of the packs are small. They're small. So, yeah. But, yeah. There's also the other thing, too, of, like, if someone disagrees with you, let them disagree. Because, again, we all have opinions. No one can be 100% right. And again, everybody has their own different views. Like, for example, meat lovers and vegans. Vegans see eating meat as an atrocity, while the people that eat meat are just like, it's just part of the circle of life. Like, there's carnivores and herbivores. Carnivores eat meat. We're omnivores, so we eat both. And it's just like, yeah, like, it is nice to want to care about how animals are treated and all that. It's like, that is commendable. But at the same time, it's like, but there's also, like, just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, I gently don't know what to say. It's just like, both have decent sides of arguments. I don't... Just the ones that I will never agree with, though, vegan-wise, are the ones that try to make their pets vegan, or their children vegan, or their whole, like, try to convert their whole family to being vegan, because it's like, that's... First of all, like, pets, for example, you can't force them to be vegan, because that's malnourishing them. Cats and dogs are mostly carnivorous. Yes, they can eat plants and stuff like that, but making that their main diet and all of that is making them lack a lot of, like, what they actually need. And then making their kids mostly vegan too, it's like, that's... Like, unless the, like, the only... I don't want to say excuse, but it's, like, the only word that I can think of right now, but it's, like, excuse that I can give of, like, for making a child vegan is if they're just flat out allergic to a lot of stuff or allergic to, like, most meats, where it's like, okay, yeah, they're vegan because they quite literally can't have meats because it affects their body in a negative way. But for the ones that are just like, yeah, we just don't want them to be like this or be like that, it's like, sir and or madam, you need protein. And especially for a kid and all that, you should let them eat more protein-based stuff because they need to grow still. Like, they still need to grow, and their bodies are gonna change, and their brain are gonna change too. Like, making them not have a stable source of protein within meats and stuff like that might genuinely affect how their brain, like, is wired and stuff like that, as well as, like, possibly, like, their growth overall, where, I don't know, like, just, yeah, you need a healthy balance between, like, proteins and dairy and veggies and fruits and stuff like that. Like, you need equal part meat with equal part vegetation. Because again, we're omnivores. We eat both plants and animals. Just whack. But here's the thing, if you're vegan and your children or family willingly says, like, hey, I want to be vegan, that's a completely different story. You can help them out, figure out different, like, meals and stuff like that to do that. But if you're forcing it upon them, that's just like, yeah, no, that's a problem. Never force someone into something that you are. You gotta let them discover if it's right for them. If they think it is right for them, then yeah, you can help them out. But if they don't feel like it's right for them, don't force it upon them. Because it's just not right for them. Yeah. I also just don't know what I'm rambling about anymore. I've just been talking to talk, but I'm also just like, I don't know what to talk. I don't know if I'm doing good with the talking thing, or if I should continue with the talking thing. I just don't know. Honestly, the thing that I'm feeling right now is tired. Come on, Flabbit, I am eepy. God dang it, Carl. That kills people. Carl. Uh, Also, whenever, like, this semester, no, I'm not actually gonna be serious about this, but it's like, when I get back to college, I'll do postings being like, Day 1, I haven't found a boyfriend. Day 2, I'm still single. Day 3, no cuties here, just holding my own hand. Day 4, guess what? Still nothing. Day 5, a man looked in my direction for once. But that was because he was trying to read the menu that was right behind me. Day 567. I am still single. Please send help. And/or the cutest man ever. You know. Da 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 da. Da dun 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 dun. Da 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 da. Yes. Okay. Just cross-referencing something really quickly. Dun, dun. What? Oh, what even is this? Bus stop? Public transport. Okay. City line. Ba ba ba. One more city scene. Woo. The heck? What is this? How is... This looks like a castle. Like, just the pins. How is the city? Ah? Are you sure this is not Fantasy Pack? I already finished the Fantasy Pack, right? Yeah. That was the first one. Pack. Use brown trees? What is this? Huh? Why are the trees brown? Like, I know that there's brown leaves, but it's like, what? Like, the grass is green, which is accurate, but why are the trees brown? Huh? Is it autumn time in this one? Like, confusion. Okay, weird cityscape, but or city scene, but what? Urban's all done. Woo! But yeah, where was Fantasy? Yeah, so it's the first one after all the free stuff. Okay, that's food. Food time, then industry. What is industry? Okay, combine, production line, toolboard. Okay, stonks. But okay, food. What is industry? 3,000. That's bigger, so Halloween. Why? Gingerbread house is the largest. Gingerbread house. Yeah, gingerbread house still is the biggest. Gingerbread house is still the biggest. Magic. Jesus Christ, this one is very small. Like, with the amount of steps. Yeah, gingerbread house is still the biggest. Don't know about these. But, yeah. So, Advent 1 is the biggest pack now to do. But, next is gonna be food. It's the food pack, but we're gonna be done for now. Because it is 9:40. I almost said 12:40. I would cry if it was 12:40. Like, Jesus Christ. Not saying that awake. Um. Whomst do I raid? Do we do someone new? Maybe. Or actually, let's go Puppo. I'll go Puppo. It's been a bit. Puppo lost belts. Lost. So, I will see everybody later. Till then, bye bye. Maybe I'll do Tum Tum tomorrow. Who knows? But, bye bye. Wee.